Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode. I'm really thankful to each one of you for giving so much love to all the episodes before. And today I have Sunny. So, Sunny, thank you very much for being here. It would be my pleasure if you can introduce yourself and what you do. That would be great.
Okay, all right. Thanks for having me, first of all. Um, okay, I am a CEO and founder of this paint company called Numerical. And under the Numerical, we launch products. So we're working on. We actually launched a product a couple of months ago, and that was just a test. Now what we're doing is working on two more projects at the same time. One is a gaming platform,
Okay.
and another is a contest game app. So the contest game app should be coming out in about a couple more weeks, and the gaming platform is also an app, Android app, that should be, let's say, a month from now on. So getting there close step by step.
Okay. Okay.
Yes,
hmm
that's
And
uh we're a three people company at the moment.
hmm
And so we had some difficulties with finding a good talent, but you look hard, you can find anything. So I
true.
guess yeah, that's what it is
Okay.
for
Okay.
now. That's the update for now.
True. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Great. And so the first question to you is, how did this? What's numerical is? How this? Why did you start this company? And what was the idea? And what do you wish to do? And all those things. If you can just tell about that
Yeah,
also.
okay. All right. So I'm actually a UI UX designer,
Okay.
and I'm also a Swift programmer. So Apple iOS, right? So with Java, I don't have much knowledge with Java. So, but I am, if you would ask me, I'm a very good UI UX designer. So I used to freelance. Sorry. So I used to freelance for some years. What I did was, I've been freelancing for so many years, but all these years, I think were about four around 4 to 5 years I've been
hmm
freelancing. So
Okay.
I've been freelancing, I've been designing products I was taking smaller gigs, bigger gigs, and then I also been given a full-time or permanent jobs offers from a bigger companies. I also worked for I think this news company. I think it was a news channel. I think it was like 3.5 years ago, from Europe, somewhere Amsterdam or something. So I worked for them. They and then later on they sold the company for about, I think it was $40 million or something like that. So it was a big project. So all these years I've been doing freelancing, and then but then back of my head I had this thing that I want to do something for myself, right?
Yeah.
I want to start my own something, my own products, anything, right? Like, but then you need to figure out before you start what you really like, what you really love, right? And then once you have that figured, then you can just keep moving forward, right? So I love designing products. I love designing apps. I love designing websites. You can give anything to me. I can design it like in half an hour or an hour, right? I'm like super fast like that. I brainstorm a lot. So I brainstorm so many ideas. I read a lot. I look around a lot. So and then like I said, 4 to 5 years I've been freelancing. I've been doing projects for other people's, but I think I always had that thing that I want to have my own thing. But
hmm
for me also was, like I said, so many people are coming to me, messaging me that how do you get started, how do you do that.
Yeah.
That's the one thing I want to talk about. If you come up with this question, I want to talk about this, because a lot of people, they don't know where the first step is or first stair is, and then which way to go. So I think it's very, 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 very important to, the first step is the hardest, you know. So I, for myself, like personally speaking, I even found that hard too, because I don't know what to do, where to go. But when I was freelancing, I met so many people, and I met some good programmers,
Mhm.
and then CEOs, and then founders, and then you know what, I want to start my own thing. And then this year, 4 months ago, I even wrote the date down. Let me check.
Mhm. Sure.
July 29. July 29. So July 29 this year, then I founded Numerical. And how my brain works is that I get ideas throughout the day. You can put me in a situation, I can come with a solution,
Okay.
right? And then you can put me in a problem, I can come with this solution in no time. Trying to, that's how I think one of this crazy thing I adapt over the times was this, how to fight with the problem when I was doing freelancing for other companies, right? Because I wasn't doing freelancing for one company or one person. I was just taking projects from everywhere, right? When you work with or for so many people, then you just, like, let's say
Yeah.
you meet 10 people, right? And then 10 people are building products and you're working for 10 people. 10 people, 10 brains, right? So 10 people, 10 brains, they're trying to, and then you adapt every single good thing from all those 10 brains. And then you become one of those crazy master brain where all these 10 good qualities turns into one brain, right?
Yeah.
So I think I unconsciously don't know what happened, but now when I analyze things, go back, 4 years, and then I see things what happened, and then so my brain works in such a crazy way that I get ideas throughout the day. Like you can, I just I'm a I observe a lot. So when I go out, I see what problems people are facing. I see what things are missing in a society or in a community or in or anywhere, right? So I try to observe things. So that's where these things. So yeah, July 29, Numerical was
Mhm.
born, and
Okay.
then I started brainstorming ideas, what the first product would be, and then we did launched a couple one, like I said, a product before testing product. It didn't go well, but it was okay. And then now we're turning into more couple more things like I mentioned before. They're coming out in November, end of November should be out.
Okay. Okay. Great. And what was the reason to start it? Of course, you are a designer. Of course, you wish, and you also wish that. Okay. So I'll just change my question to that thing. Is why do you think you would make your name, like how do you think you stand out than different companies? Of course, you say have a quality of brainstorming. So what we can expect from the company in the future, and why do you think you are different from the rest?
You know what? This is one of the thing I personally tell myself, that I don't need to stand out. I just need to love the product. I
Okay.
just need to, every single code or every single design that's gonna go into this app or the products I'm gonna bring, I'm gonna live through it, right? So
Mm,
every single code or every single design that I'm gonna make or my team is gonna make, I'm gonna make sure that I breathe through it. So all these codes are running in my veins, right? And I'm breathing, right? I'm
yeah.
gonna love the products. I'm gonna love the product. I'm gonna love the app that's gonna come out, right? So I don't need to stand out. I just need to deliver the best, and then the best cannot be done overnight.
Okay.
So the best can only be done
Mhm.
when you feed your vision to
Okay.
your team,
True.
and then when you feed your vision to your team, and then your team will make the path for your vision, right? A lot of people, this is one of the thing when you start a company, or a product, or anything, you do look at competitors, where your competition is, or what market are you going, which is also, in fact, I did too. But I never felt bad. Okay, you know what, I'm going into a gaming platform, and this is out there, and how am I different? Yeah, okay, these are the questions. I'm coming out with something different. I'm coming out with something unique, right? So when you try to beat the other competitors, you're not working on your maximum potential,
Okay.
because back of your head, you're thinking that you just want to beat them. You don't want to do the best you could do. But what if your potential is more than beating your competition, right? But you're missing out so much other, the space you can reach, right? But I don't look into that. I just look, when I started working on this, I just looked into what are the apps out there in the market, in the same area, and then how how is my product is different than the others. And then, but I don't want to beat them. If they are good, they're good.
Yeah.
I am gonna do me, right? I'm gonna do my team, and then everything. We're
Mhm.
gonna work on the vision that we have.
Yeah.
We're gonna bring the best, product, and then we are gonna try our best, and then to bring the unique product out there, right? And then a good product out there, faster than everyone else, right? So that's what it is.
Okay.
I'm not competing with anyone. I'm
Uh-huh.
just trying
Yeah.
to trying to live that fully maximum potential happy life with my
Okay.
products.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
That's really nice. That's really nice to hear. And again, one more question I just wanted to add upon here is what do you see your future, Numerical's future in? How do you expect it to be in the future, and what do you wish you achieve in a certain time, a certain amount of time?
yeah. Um, future for numerical, I think. For, uh, I'm actually thinking about so many products, so many apps that I could go with, and then, but at the moment, I'm just stepping one step at a time. So these two apps that I'm bringing in, they are unique in the market, in our Indian market. So you will, once I launch it, you'll know, right? And then by going on further, let's say 5 years down the road, or 10 years down the road, we are gonna make sure that Numerical becomes one of the biggest startup, at least in Asia.
Okay.
And then and then um, and then we will try, and then we will keep trying to bring out the products that are going to change um, in all the areas that we will be launching the products. It's not going to be just, right now we're going to gaming, or like we're launching this contents app, or anything else, but we also going to try to bring something which will be used in a very knowledgeable way.
Okay.
Let's say educational, or like any security app, where the situations are happening in India, like girls are not safe, or kids, or all those things, right? So we're just gonna like try to bring the products that are gonna change the lives, that's gonna become the um, daily use, that becomes the daily use of their day, right? It's not just that you just open the app, once in a while, or here and there. No, it's we're focusing on bringing in the products that are gonna be your daily use, like wearing your shirt, or your shoes, like it's a daily thing, right? So
Yeah.
that's what we're focusing on, that's what we have our eye on. So
Okay.
that's what
Okay.
it is.
And what did you learn and part of this? You said I've been working with worked as a freelancer, worked with so many companies and all those things. So I just want to ask, in that phase, when when you meet people, when you see people, when you work with such, because you meet a tremendous amount of talent, tremendous amount of people with wonderful abilities and wonderful abilities of working. So what do you think you learned in that process of working with so many different companies and people?
um, you know what, you can learn so many things
Hmm.
from so many people. uh, you gotta, first of all, you gotta have yourself open to learn things. You can't be just uh, too tight in your brain that, you know what, that this is what you think and this is how it's gonna be. But you should be open. And then the second thing is, when you work with so many people, and then when you work for so many people, it's gonna help me to become a good person. As a let's say, okay, let me put it this way, that it's gonna make me a good person in a way that I can do the job better, right? But when you start a company, or a product, when you start a company of your own, it's a whole different thing, right? It's not a thing that you just wake up, go to job, and then come back, and then you don't think about it rest of the day, right?
True.
But starting a company or starting a product is a different thing, because you gotta think about it, uh, 24/7,
Yeah.
365, leap year 366. You can't just I don't skip. It's not that I force myself. It's just that now it have became now it become my life right now. It's just my schedule that I think about this throughout the day. So people who, like this programmer we hired, he probably don't think about the way I think about my company, right? He
Yeah.
probably think about, like, you know what, this is my job. I do good, I get paid, I get home, and then I relax, right? But not me. When I come home, I take shower. I'm thinking about it. I'm eating. I'm thinking about it. If I'm going anywhere, if I'm traveling anywhere, I'm thinking about it. Right? It's just not that I'm forcing to think about this company. It's just that it's just happening by itself. If I don't know if this is a normal way, but for me, it's just that I'm all into this. Right?
Hmm.
I'm all in. It's not that. I love it. So the most thing is I really, really love it from inside, right? So
Hmm.
I that's
Yeah.
what it is. So
Yeah, I think it's the same thing with me. Even when I'm just looking at, as we are trying to talk now, I'm just
yeah,
thinking about the next session I'm going to have, about what is going to
yeah,
be.
yeah,
When I'm searching on Instagram, I wonder the same thing. Oh, whom can I find that can suit my show, and I can speak with them, learn something from them, and share their story, and I can share with people. So I think that's very common thing on people. What they love to do is we just go and think about the same thing. Yeah, that I think
exactly,
that's, yeah, it's
exactly. I think when you love something,
Mhm.
um, there is no I think there is no scale where you can measure how much you love the company, the product, the work you do. There's no scale you can measure things, right? I think is the love should be unconditional for your things, for your company, for your products. I think same goes for all the people who are, if people are gonna see this. I think I just want to put a message that people who are starting things, they should love uh, their work
Mhm.
to the max. I think if they want to succeed, they should love their work to the max. They should not be a one person where they think, okay, uh, do I do this or do I not do this? The only question is that there should be, where you could be like, okay, if this could work or not. Like you could be in the middle, like about if this could, like, deciding things that, if, for example, in my case, is like when we brainstorm new ideas, we think about, we search, we do research, we do everything, right? if it's gonna work or not, we don't know. We're gonna
Hmm.
do our thing, right? We're gonna
Yeah.
work. That's it. We don't think about it much. That how, but we just take one day one day at a time, and then we just keep forcing, keep charging forward. And then the main thing is with love. When you put the love in it, that ingredient change everything. There's nothing else that can replace the love, because the success only comes with love, I feel, when you really love your product or
Okay.
your podcast or your channel.
Yeah. Yeah. So true. So true. Yes.
Yeah.
And what would like to ask you? The next question would be that, how do you like? How do you think? Uh, okay, what would be your advice to anybody who wants to become a designer, who wants to design something? Want to learn designing from somewhere? What would be your advice to them?
I personally feel if you want to learn uh, if you want to learn things, new things, you should learn it for free. You should not pay a single rupee.
Okay.
You should not pay a single penny on any knowledge. A knowledge should be free. So for that saying, you can go on YouTube. You can search
Yeah.
things. Uh, I honestly got like at least 7 or 8 DMs from like people. These guys are like I think between 17 till 24, 25. So they're like, how do we what are you? And then so I don't, when I get time, I try to interact with these people, because if my advice can change something with in
Mm-hmm.
someone's life, why wouldn't I, right?
Yeah.
So I even messaged them, less I was saying, if you have to pay for the knowledge, you should not get the knowledge uh, that you have to pay a single penny for it or single rupee for it. The knowledge should be free, and then you can get it. Like there's so many people like you who are starting channels. There's so many people. Let's say for example, if you want to become a designer or programmer, there's so many things on YouTube, there's so many things on internet where you can adapt, learn for free, right? It's just how you can take it, or how you can handle work on it, right?
Yeah. 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 Okay. Okay. And then my last question
But the
to you.
knowledge should be free.
Okay. And then why do you believe that knowledge should be free?
Because I think knowledge is power. And then if you if people like you who are like next generation, and then or your coming generations, if you give them a power for free,
Hmm.
uh, they will use it for good way. And then it's just I think you shouldn't do a business in knowledge. If
Yeah.
someone comes to me, if let's say in coming time, 10 years down the road or 5 years down the road, if I become, if with the company, if my company grows so much, right, and I become a super busy guy, right, if someone comes up to me, I want to learn this, I would not tell the person, okay, you can come in. I would be like, okay, yeah, you can come in, look around where you like, and then see if you can do the co-op program, right? I'm not gonna charge anyone, or I'm not gonna say, okay, you know what, I'm gonna take this much money. I'm not gonna do the business in knowledge. That's total crap. You should not, you should not do a business in knowledge, right?
True.
Yeah, so that's my
Okay.
thinking. That's how I think.
Great, great. Yeah, yeah. I do agree upon. Yeah, education is something
Yeah,
which not to be chargeable. It's what you have to
yeah,
learn. True, very true. So last
exactly.
question for this session would be to you is what would be your message to anybody watching this, wants to start their own thing or wants to become an entrepreneur or something? What would be your message to them?
um, I would say do 20% research before
Okay.
starting,
Okay.
and then 80% hard work. So what, why I said 20% research, because what happened is a lot of people, a lot of time when you research about like your competitors or your market, when you search too much, you get caught up. You get caught up, and then it's hard to get out. So what I'm saying is do only 20% research and 80% hard work. And then, well, hard work should be there like 100%. Well, when you're starting things, right? um, and then you just have to keep going. Like, doesn't matter if the first the channel, if you launch the first video gets 10 views or
Yeah.
20 views. No, no,
No
you
worry.
you don't stop. You don't stop. You keep going. You think about why you started. You think about
True.
um, if you love it or not. If you truly love it, the views won't matter to you. What matters to you is keep going, and then finding ways, and then working really hard, right? And then you should always have your mind open, and then try to interact with more people. Let's say if for example, you starting with this podcast is super nice. Try to find people, right? And then see people who are already grew in this line or in this area. Try to interact with them, right? Like what things have changed for them, or how you can be at their place. And then when you become at their place, you should always help the people who are below you, right?
You, yeah.
That's how you grow. That's how you leave your legacy. I personally want to leave my legacy, right? So you should always reach out to the person who's below you, he or she, and then try to bring them up, right? That's what I want to leave a note here. You should don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Like even if you don't know anything, you're not supposed to know anything. All you need to know is keep charging, keep going, moving forward, and then keep doing what you started. Not to leave it in the middle. Keep
True.
Make sure you complete the whole thing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
very true. So yeah, thank you again. Thank you very much for giving
problem.
the tips and advices. I really enjoyed this episode. It was wonderful, and speaking to a person with a new profession and a new thing, it was wonderful. So thank you very much for being here. It was my pleasure to have you. Thank you.
Thank you for having me.